Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I'm your ever one Shorty, and today I'm going to review something epic. This is a comic book which I overall did enjoy, but it has a couple of issues. The first off being, it's not that epic. And I know, you catch a book by its cover, and reading too much into it might be, automatically sending me down the wrong path. Literally calling a comic book something epic and expecting nothing but epic. Maybe that's on me, but I also definitely expected it to be epic. Now, it's not to say it doesn't have the potential. One thing this comic book is absolutely full of is potential. We'll get to that later on, though. For now, we're going to talk about artwork. Simply because it's one of the things that I think it did absolutely spot on, right out of the gate. I have literally no negative things to say about the artwork. Stylistic choices are amazing. The fact that we are dealing with imagination as a thing which is real means the creator of this comic book, should I say, is one guy doing the entire thing. Simon Kudransky, which I hope I'm pronouncing correctly, has literally had the freedom to do whatever he wanted within the medium. One thing I do like about comic books is you can do quite a lot with form. There is potential to do interesting storytelling, and he absolutely goes to town on this one. There is a few things which stay true throughout, where he's obviously got a vibe he wants to go for. The vibe I get from that is horror. And I think that's a good thing. You do have fantastic over-the-top bits of artwork in here, and you play with comic books and anti-hero superheroes and dragons and pirates and everything. But in the end, moving away from that a little bit, we're talking a story of a young boy who feels alone, adrift, isolated, and scared of things he doesn't understand, which is a perfectly valid reason to be scared of anything fear of the unknown is absolutely a correct thing to be scared of. And doesn't know how to talk to anyone about it. This leaves him alone, and in a world where there is imagination, other people's imagination, not his own, that can affect him, that is a terrifying world to live in. Thankfully, it seems to be that most of these imagination, I don't know what word I'm going to call them, these imaginations, shall we say, they don't seem to be 100% aware that he knows that they're there. Or at least that they don't know that he knows that they're there. It's a kind of a complicated thing, but it means he can be scared by a sudden appearance of something, and he has to rationalise it out. Now, the rationalisation for it, that they are things of other people's imagination and maybe not be able to actually hurt him, and he doesn't have to be scared, is solid footing. But we do then get into another one of the little issues I had. Thankfully, it was a tiny issue, and by the end of the double-page spread which brought up this issue, I'd already moved on and was kind of happy with what it was doing, because I'm a bit of a skeptic. I'm a skeptical rationalist. I like the idea of things that can be proven. It can be, with repeated experimentation, the same results can prove that something is there. This comic book, when it's trying to describe and give reasons for why people's thoughts and imaginations can be experienced by somebody else in the world, they use some pseudo-scientific ideas which are kind of similar to what people use when they're talking about magic power crystals and reincarnation. Now, these are two things which I 100% do not believe in, but I don't particularly hold it against anyone for believing in them as long as it doesn't get in the way of my life, which it very rarely does. I can have fun, entertaining conversations with people about it, but other than that, I can carry on. And it was that realisation that meant, yeah, I'm okay just carrying on all this, because it's not asking me to join a cult. It's not telling me stones are magical crystals. It is literally saying this is a cool idea for a story. And although, yeah, there was a little bit where it brushed up against my head, I was absolutely fine, I say, by the end of the page. And it's also the fact that when you're talking about this kind of big over-the-top magic stuff, it gives you the chance to do pretty much anything you want. And that's a good thing, because you know some things it does that I liked? It talked to me. It literally had a bit referencing the fact that I'm holding this comic book in my hands. The narrator was talking to me. It'll talk to you if you're reading it as well. Yeah, cool. When you're just dealing with whatever you want to do because the only limit is imagination, then brilliant. Do outlandish things. There's a bit he's talking about an anti-hero comic book character, effectively, that somebody has imagined into the world. And this kid has read in newspapers that have also been imagined about who this superhero's alternate identity is. That's brilliant. That is so much depth. I absolutely love it. And now we get to the other minor inconvenience, which I do think is possibly down to the limitations of reviewing a comic book when you're only at issue 1, which is title like something epic. A story where the only limits are imagination. I'm not 100% sure it's going to live up to my expectations of it, because I think this could be something absolutely amazing and groundbreaking, with artistic choices that go all over the place, but everything one of them is divine, with a really nice horror vibe, with just a colour palette which can be moody and experimental and also full of vibrant colours on the same page. I think there's so many opportunities to do something great here that if it doesn't end up being as great as I want it to be, I'm going to end up feeling a little bit let down by it, and that's a shame. Anyway, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the review. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe. So I've got a sneeze coming. I'm really trying to get to the end of this review before the sneeze hits me. So I'm going to leave it like pretty much right here, right now. Until I see you again. Look after each other, everyone. Stay safe. Bye.